6.6 megawatt gas-based power generation plant at OTPC Palatana, NIPCO power generation plant at Bhujannagar and Monarch, gas thermal power station at Dukshya and Baramura, Indian bottling plant at Bhujannagar, Indian oil depot at Bishalgarh, Dharmnagar.
So Mr. Vatal agreed that we will continue to support, and I also happen to continue in association with this CIDM board. There are 21. Mr. Vatal was appointed as the chairman of the Central Minister Oversight Committee, and as desired by him, I found. So you are aware that there are so many disasters happening. Mostly we try to address the disasters after they happen. But this conference cost India around 87 billion in 2020. India was the second most affected nation from the impact of global warming on lives and property.
Shri Puneet Agarwalji, Principal Secretary Revenue Department, for a special address. Over to you, sir.
Are gearing up to prepare for the mitigation of these disasters. So I won't take much time because I have already got the slip from Akhil saying that we need to wind up quickly. So once again, the government, especially Tripura, which is in the system zone 5, understand? They have a department, I think, separately to deal with the disasters and disaster management. They will get the.
Thank you, Mr. Rao. It was indeed a pleasure of having you with us today. You have been the key force in guiding us in this area, even during your tenure as Principal Advisor to the Economic Advisory Council.
Indeed, I am very happy to be here to inaugurate this two-day conference on industrial disaster risk management with focus on identifying system and seismic risk, pipeline security, and resilience of critical infrastructure for 2 days at Agartala, Tripura. I convey thanks to FICCI for organizing the conference in association with Revenue Department, Government of Tripura. And I am sure this conference will help, and it is the need of the hour for the state of Tripura. Already our Chief Secretary, sir, already have mentioned that yesterday there was earthquake in Delhi, and how it could be the terrible for all the people. So on the same day, we are also here for this kind of conference, and certainly this will help us. We all know that Tripura is a very small state, but it is very highly vulnerable to various natural and man-made disasters. Entire state is vulnerable to earthquakes as it falls under the seismic zone already mentioned, the 5, which is highest earthquake vulnerable zone in earthquake zonation map of India. The state is also vulnerable to cyclones, thunderstorms, lightning, floods, landslide, fires, and many other man-made hazards. Recently, the state witnessed already, Mr. Sinha already mentioned, the cyclone Sitran. Although the impact was not as it was predicted, but the entire state machinery was prepared and took prompt actions for its management. Floods in the state is occurring frequently during the monsoon season as well as beyond the season also. Last year, the flood occurred in the state during December 2021 due to impact of Cyclone Jawar. And due to this, the agriculture sector in the state got affected. It is observed that due to climate change, untimely disasters are occurring and their frequencies are also increasing. Now, specific to gas and oil industries in the state, already I have mentioned here, we have the agencies such as ONGC, TNGCL, Indian Oil Corporation, and Oil India Limited having their own operation and installations. These installations are highly vulnerable to chemical disaster such as fire, etc. Gas pipelines are also highly vulnerable. Mr. Punit Agarwal already have mentioned about this also. To earthquake disasters as per the need of the state. Fuel tankers are being transported from other states through roads and rails, which involves potential risks to disaster. So such type of conference will help both the oil and gas industries as well as the state administration for better preparedness and preventive measures for associated disaster. Our Chief Secretary mentioned that prevention is better than cure. I will add that it is cheaper than cure also. The main reason of conducting this conference is to initiate best effort in coordination with competent authorities of disaster management in the state to have an effective disaster management strategy for all departments, which will minimize the impact of future disasters, be it arising due to nature, flurry of industrial accident or disaster. With the renewed emphasis of the government on disaster management and the paradigm shift in focus on rescue, relief and rehabilitation, prevention, mitigation and preparedness. There is a need to revisit the management of industrial disaster so that this type of disasters can be prevented and if occurred, can be effectively managed. There is a need for an effective disaster management strategy to reduce the impact of disaster, which is very essential in many quarters. The goal of emergency preparedness programs is to achieve a satisfactory level of readiness to respond to any emergency through programs that will strengthen the technical and managerial capacity of governments, organizations and communities. These measures can be described as logistical readiness to deal with disasters and can be enhanced by having response mechanism and procedures, rehearsals, developing long-term and short-term strategies, public education, and building early warning systems. Not only in Tripura, various calamities like earthquakes, tsunamis, and floods have left indelible impact on the neighboring countries. The time has come for the policies, plans, initiatives related to disaster risk reduction to start falling into place and finding coherence in India and other neighboring countries as we address the important task of implementing robust disaster risk reduction measures to protect our citizens and economic growth. I understand that the state and district administrations are doing various disaster management activities like awareness generations, trainings, mock drills, etc. regularly. But we need to emphasize the preparedness of the oil and gas industries. So appropriate authorities such as Industry and Commerce Department and Factories and Boilers Departments in association with the Revenue Department and other specialized organizations in the state and outside the state. Similarly, necessary provisions need to be put on place to ensure disaster risk reduction measures in the future industry also. Organizations like FICCI has vital role to play in almost all sectors of business. It is good to note that to successfully facilitate this, it has set up high stature committees looking after chemical, energy, technology, trade, commerce and environmental areas where industry and societal nominees interact and generate industry viewpoint to share with the government for first solution. Contribution of FICCI in the present scenario of liberalization and meeting global challenges of business through Joint Business Council has been tremendous in helping the nation in achieving unprecedented high level of economic growth for prosperity and happiness of the people in the country. I believe that this conference on industrial disaster risk management shall focus on identifying system and seismic risk, pipeline security and resilience of critical infrastructure, shall lay down the path come for the policies, plans, initiatives related to disaster management to start following